be a bit more circumspect on this first lap.
Careful through the left-hander here. Cool tyres, perhaps. They all saw the mistake that Morelli made yesterday. Got to keep it easy. Feather the throttle. Look up. Very, very wide there on the exit to Strubben. Now onto this short squirt of a back straight. It'll be about, what, all the way pinned through turn 6, Peter?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely. This is the fastest part of the circuit. In fact, it's up to finish. Also, you get up into sixth gear.
An impressive start to the race from Dodo Boggio. Said keep an eye on him. He's only lost one place from where he started on the grid so far. He was in 6th place. This is good stuff from the Italian. He's had a...
So you can see him there in 3rd place, the middle of your screen. He has seen that Marco Morelli has jumped ahead now. He's opened up a couple of bike lengths lead. He doesn't want to see the Argentine take a stronger lead than that.
No. From Ariate. 144.5 is just a bit slower than what they were putting in qualifying already.
And that no one...
He had a big bobble. That was where he had his big front end fold yesterday, wasn't it?
I think it was, you're right, yeah. And he said that was... I said, was that skill or luck that you saved that? A bit of skill and a bit of luck, he admitted. Chances of getting on the podium.
Oh,
and then of course he had,
going a bit wide there. Sorry, Peter. Yeah, he had a big bobble. That was where he had his big front end fold yesterday, wasn't it?
I think it was, you're right, yeah. And he said that was brilliant stuff. Those onboard camera shots are absolutely superb. Oh, you can see that's the back end of Carpe. And there is Marco Morelli still with the advantage. It's diminished a little bit, but it's still pretty...
It all was pretty short-lived.
Yeah, that's right. You can see Moodley still there back in 6th place. As he said, he refuses to let himself get kicked down the order as it happened yesterday when he was pushed back to... there is the 27 and the 11. In fact, Salmela and Moodley, Pratama behind them. Stringing out a little bit in a different way to it. This is really, Morelli has stretched things, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's still got Carpe right on his tail, but the
mistake from the actual times in the PDF. Best race lap was actually from last year, Alvaro Carpe, 144.9. I don't think they really touched that in this one, but they're already low 144s, which is not far off the qualifying pace.
Right, that's right, and it's something that Brian Ariate said. He said he was very comfortable at that pace. He thought he could run quicker if he had passed
the fastest lap, Salmela, 143.9. This is why it's being strung out, Peter. They've done their homework overnight. Perhaps the conditions are contributing to this. You're seeing the fastest riders mucking up their ambitions for race-winning glory. So here they are drilling the pace.
Yeah, and Moodley is at the back of that group there and just looking at having a bit of a struggle to hang on.
PDF. Why is the pace so hot? Morelli's still in the race. He was the only rider yesterday putting in 144 flat in the race. He was riding near enough all on his own, caught that group after he crashed. Who's up front leading the way? Here he is. Pratama is now leading that chasing pack. Can they work together? Thompson, Christian Daniel Jr., Julia Pugliese, Leonardo Zanni, Dodo Boggio, and Hakim Danish. Can they chase the leaders down? Can they live with that sort of
strip off there, off their radiator? You just saw a day glow thing wafting around. What the thing is that these guys, if they think the engine's going to be too cool and the temperature is low, they'll put some tape over the radiator to reduce the cooling effect. But that has a tape attached to it that the riders can pull off if they to keep an eye on. But can he bring the others all back into the fray? Yeah, that's right. I mean, but Hakim didn't feature in the front yesterday, did he? He was, there and there, but he's right there on the number 11 machine in 6th place. Salmela, new race lap record. My goodness.
Well, that is actually quicker than they did for qualifying, pretty much, I believe. Thousandths of a second slower than Carpe's time, but actually Salmela, he was second on the grid with the 144.2, so that's a couple of tenths quicker than he even put in qualifying. Goes to show Rookies Cup riders learning all the time, even in positions 1 to 6 in the first group. The chasing pack is led by Pratama, and it goes all the way down to Ramersdorfer in 14th. Sullivan Mounsey leading the next set of riders all the way down to Rocco Sessler in 24th.
So there is still the leader, and he's pretty much led all the way, hasn't he, Morelli?
Disclosure, we're paid to commentate. It is one of the best series I've ever watched on motorcycle racing. I've never seen such an insight into what really happens when the visors and the helmets come off.
Ebb and flow, I think, at the moment. Let's just, as we've said, Moodley was determined not to get punted back as he did before, so he's going to grit his teeth and get back on terms. And then Nuriato surely has got the pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, you would certainly think so, wouldn't you? But that's quite a big gap that's opened up between Sam Miller and Uriarte and Ruche Moodley there. But this circuit's so much about flow.
Uriarte's got past Ruche and he'll have his head down because he knows he can't really let this fall, because these four are not mucking each other up, are they?
No,
they're not being silly about it. That was an issue yesterday. They were all over the Peroni. Sam Miller happy enough to follow him more or less.
And I think it says a lot. The last time around, Morelli was actually the fastest. I will be loving to speak to them after.
This is up for the race so far for Carpe last time. When they come round this time, let's see who's setting the pace.
There's only two-time winners so far this year. It's Brian Uriarte, who of course got his second 8. Well, Peroni last time and Uriarte were just a bit quicker, but we're talking thousandths of a second. Carpe shaking his head there. I wonder if he's getting a little bit frustrated, perhaps.
Looking back at Moodley and Uriarte, there's no way they are holding anything reserve. If they can't keep in terms with this leading quartet, it's because they're absolutely maxed out. He's got his head down now. He's
lumps out of each other, turn to turn, etc., as it can get sometimes. But just what you're witnessing here is just riders absolutely on their limit, taking everything they've learned this season so far, doing a bit of homework.
Pembalap motor andalan dari Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama, kian bersinar terang di Eropa. Pada seri keempat kejuaraan balap motor Red Bull Rookies Cup di sirkuit Mugello, Italia yang dihelat Minggu, 2 Juni 2024, Veda Ega tampil cukup mengesankan. Pada race 1, Veda Ega Pratama finish di peringkat kelima dan race 2 finish di posisi ke-8. Atas hasil itu, pebalap asal Gunung Kidul tersebut untuk sementara menempati peringkat 8 di klasemen pembalap dengan koleksi 39 poin. Balapan terakhir di sirkuit Mugello, Italia, ada improve sempat 5 besar dan saya senang dengan hasilnya, ujar Veda Ega Pratama, Selasa, 25 Juni 2024. Kampiun Asia Talent Cup 2023 ini mengakui, meski konsisten berada di 8 besar pada balapan seri ketiga itu, namun sejatinya dia bisa lebih baik lagi. Tapi masih belum maksimal, masih banyak yang perlu dipelajari tentunya, dan minggu ini saya juga akan membalap lagi, imbuh Veda Ega Pratama. Pembalap asal Gunung Kidul, Veda Ega Pratama, akan tampil di seri keempat balapan Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup 2024. Dia membidik podium perdana di kejuaraan ini. Seri keempat Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup 2024 bakal dihelat di sirkuit Assen, Belanda, pada Sabtu, 29 Juni 2024, dan Minggu, 30 Juni 2024. Target ke depan semoga saya bisa podium perdana di Belanda minggu ini. Atau malah bisa nomor 1, ungkap Veda Ega Pratama, Selasa, 25 Juni 2024. Pada seri sebelumnya di sirkuit Mugello, Italia, Veda tampil cukup impresif. Dia finish di peringkat kelima pada race 1 dan finish di peringkat 8 pada race 2. Dengan catatan ini, pembalap berusia 15 tahun itu berada di peringkat ke-8 dengan 39 poin di klasemen sementara Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup 2024. Hasil itu lantas menjadi modal bagi Veda tampil di seri keempat di Belanda. Juara Asia Talent Cup 2023 itu berharap bisa konsisten di balapan selanjutnya. Pembalap Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama terpilih sebagai salah satu peserta Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024. Ia promosi bersama wakil Asia lainnya, Jakre Ebhat Puetisan. Dorna tergerak memberikan akses langsung ke kancah kompetisi Eropa kepada pembalap muda binaan Astra Honda Racing Team itu berkat grafik prestasi yang meningkat. Dalam debutnya, di Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, Veda berhasil mengumpulkan 3 kemenangan meski dibayangi cedera.